Good afternoon. I am Brandy Reed from the King Conservation District. Apologize again for being late. I think I was meant to go first, and these were supposed to go in a certain order in order to have a really impactful pitch to you, and I apologize for compromising that. I'm going to do my best to make it work still because I'm coming at the end. I'm here to talk to you today about a project that the Conservation District did in collaboration with 22 partners called Promoting Puget Sound Urban Tree Canopy and Stormwater Management Project. So specifically, this project set out to explore further the relationship between trees, tree canopy, and stormwater runoff management. And we know a lot about that. And I know we all try to do stuff that is, promoting both of our I should declare I am not a stormwater management professional. I'm more in the ecology, forestry side of the equation, okay? So I was speaking from my camp. We try to work with stormwater managers try to work with us to bring our two disciplines together and have mutual benefit regarding our shared priorities. So there's a lot we know. But about 4 years ago, 4 years ago, the Puget Sound Conservation Districts in Puget Sound, the 12 Puget Sound CDs, got together and said, how can we do more with regards to tree and tree canopy management? How can we get more traction? Let's wed our efforts with stormwater management. Let's explore this question. And thus began this circuitous route that took us to this project that I'm here to talk to you about today that ended up including many, many agencies and organizations. Our goal was to bring together those two communities, stormwater management professionals and urban forestry professionals, and explore this question deeper, the relationship between stormwater and trees, and basically do that through the mechanism of looking at a couple of models specifically and comparing and contrasting those results and talking about what the implications of those results are, develop a set of resources, and then come out into the community and share what we found. And I'm here today. This is the second of third presentations I'll be doing to try to push this out into the community and share with everyone about where we've gone, what we've learned. And we had a lot of partners, and we had a project team. We had a set of pilot communities. A couple of you are in the room here today. We had a technical team and a stakeholder engagement team, all in all 22. And I would just want you to know that every team got bigger. So as you move from the project coordination team all the way to the stakeholder engagement team, it pretty much includes everyone. That's a big table. And so far, we've accomplished 3 of our 4 deliverables. We're on the last phase of the handbook development project, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the technical analysis side of the equation, because I think it's going to be of interest to you. So what we did was we compared iTree Hydro, which is a module within an open source software program called iTree. It's used primarily by the urban forestry community, and then of course your favorite tool, WWHM. And what we did was we evaluated those tools in 4 pilot communities, looking at 4 scales, running the analysis across 4 scales, and we had 3 management scenarios with 2 different iterations of the management series. There was like over 72 separate model runs that we were managing for this project. And we came out, and the differences in these scenarios were basically looking at what happens when you take the canopy away from the existing ratio of pervious and impervious, what happens when you actually change that ratio of pervious and impervious, and what happens when you actually add canopy to the equation. And so we have some key findings to share with you. Hope you find them compelling. This is a summary of what they are, but I'm going to go into them one by one. So the first one is, if you take away canopy, it doesn't matter what's going on the landscape. You remove the trees, you're increasing stormwater runoff. It doesn't matter if it's pervious or impervious. It doesn't matter if it's shrubs or grass. Also, if you add trees to impervious, overhanging impervious, you get a big bang for the buck in terms of stormwater runoff reduction. If you keep trees when you're developing, you get better bang for the buck than you do by taking them out and replacing them, and that just makes sense, right? Mature trees work harder for you than new trees. If you have a high canopy ratio to begin with and you reduce it, it buffers the stormwater runoff equation better than if you have low canopy cover to begin with and you start reducing it. It's pretty intuitive. And then here's what's kind of interesting is that both models showed that the runoff, both models show these same findings. They just show them differently. And iTree Hydro understates it more than WWHM. What that means, we don't know. I don't think it means that one is a better tool than the other. What we think that it means is that there's different ways to use these tools. And so what we're going to suggest is that for the urban forestry community and the stormwater community, you use your tools and you have this the outputs of this project to set up a common language to share and interact and work together, and use iTree Hydro more at the landscape scale. And yes, go ahead and continue to use WWHM the way that you are at the site scale, and understand that what you're getting from those two models is a way to talk about the whole picture in a more complete way. Going forward, we have a bunch of research recommendations. I'm just going to blast on through this because I think I'm over my time, and I'll be happy to talk with anyone about that, about what we think might need to happen around iTree Hydro research and WWHM research. But the big recommendation is use them for the right scale of question. And then the other thing that we just want to say is the big take-home message is that we need trees, we need more trees, we need to keep the trees that we have, unabashedly plant trees. Integrate them wherever you can. Don't be afraid to be an advocate for this, because this is a workhorse. These are a workhorse that we need on a multi-benefit level, and it's going to take inter-organization, interdisciplinary program collaboration to make it happen at the scale that it needs to happen. And then I just want to say, thank you very much to EPA, the Forest Service, Department of Ecology, and Department of Natural Resources for helping fund this project. There were a lot of grants that went into this project, and we're really appreciative of the funding and all the partners. And I'm sorry I didn't have time to mention those of you who were in the room who participated in this project. And that's it.